Hey mamas, we are continuing on with our top 5 most favorite episodes here on Raising Her Confidently. And this episode was a popular one amongst moms as well. It ranked high in the listening category, was downloaded thousands of times, and I can understand why. Because this topic is on our teen daughters' attitudes. It's episode 116. 4 tips on how to fix your teen daughter's attitude. The answers may surprise you. And so I'm sure this piqued a lot of moms' curiosity and became a popular episode for listening on how to really help our daughters tame that teen-tude.
If you are frustrated with how to get your teenage daughter to open up to you because all you want is to connect with her as you once did, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Jeannie Baldomero, a former rebellious teen, now mom of 3 young adults, educator, and the mom mentor, equipping you to create open communication with your girl so she can come to you about anything, even if she's scared. So grab your oat milk latte, breathe, and let's do this together. You're listening to this because your heart is breaking from the changes that are happening in your girl that is affecting your connection with her. Your once cuddly, talkative little girl is now growing up, but with the cost of silence, emotional bouts, and you get the short end of the stick. You fear these disconnections and challenges you're facing right now is affecting your relationship with her. And what will the future hold between the two of you? How will you get through this season without losing the closeness you once had and so desperately want? Mama, I want you to know you are not alone. As lonely as it may feel and almost embarrassing to share with even your closest friends about this because you feel like you're failing at connecting with her, this is common. It's a season. However, I know that you don't want to sit idle during this time. So here it is. This is what I want to tell you, that you can do hard things. This is a season of hard, but you will get through it by equipping yourself with the right tools to turn this all around. I invite you to explore what could be possible for you. Head to talktoyourteengirl.com right now. I want you to join me and let's equip you together so that you can relate and reestablish your connection with your girl. That's talktoyourteengirl.com. I think the biggest cue that moms know they are entering the adolescent teen stage is attitude. Whether your girl was well-behaved or strong-willed with sass, I think there is some depth of change of attitude or a little bit of sass, right? No matter which child you have, that indicates she's definitely entering teenhood. She's definitely becoming a teenager. And that's a lot of mixed feelings for moms because it's a sign of, here we go, we're going to enter that roller coaster phase of parenting and we're going to be raising a tween girl. And I don't know about you, mama. Just thinking about my mom, she did not brace for that ride at all. And one of the common things that I found moms ask me is, how do I fix my girl's attitude? How do I fix it? Well, today that is a huge topic that I know a lot of moms out there want to know. What is the answer to this question? How do I fix my daughter's attitude? Well, the answer is probably going to surprise you as we talk about it today. So hang tight and as we unpack that very topic a bit. Challenging attitude can feel like a loop-de-loop, right? Like you're riding a loop-de-loop. What I usually recommend is refuse to ride that roller coaster. Don't even go on that loop-de-loop. So mama, I want you to love me through this episode today when we talk about fixing, air quotes, your daughter's attitude. You know what the secret really is? It starts with you. We can only control what we control. We cannot control what others do, but we can control what we choose to do, right? And so trying to fix your daughter's attitude is like setting a baby down and expecting to start walking, right? It's going to take some time. And we cannot control whether or not the baby's ready to walk. It has to go through some stages, right? It still has to go through rolling over its belly, has to go through crawling and lifting themselves up onto the couch and then bearing themselves on feet and finally able to walk. That takes time. So when we talk about fixing a daughter and their attitude, that's going to take time too. And a big factor is how we react to it, right? It begins with you, mama. So before we dive into fixing our daughter's attitude, let's take a detour and talk about our own approach to our daughter's attitude, right? Here you go. Here's a tip. Tip number 1. Maybe self-reflection, right? Self-reflection. Before pointing fingers, turn the spotlight inward. Assess your own attitude and communication style, right? Am I modeling that? Am I giving her reason to have an attitude? This comes from personal experience. I remember when my daughter was maybe 11 or 10, and she did a little eye roll. And I was flabbergasted when she first did this. She was my sweet little girl, and she finally did an eye roll at me as I was talking to her. And my husband, behind the scenes, was chuckling at the fact that she rolled her eyes at me. And I couldn't believe it. And after all was clear, my husband had to share, you do that. You roll your eyes. That was a pet peeve of mine. When I spoke to you, you roll your eyes. So we need to assess our own attitude and communication style. Are we inadvertently transposing our attitude, the way we react to things onto our girls, right? Are you setting the right example? Often our kids mirror the behavior they observe. So just take a moment to reflect on how you handle stress and frustration and conflict, because your girl is hypersensitive to it at this stage. We handle stress, we have frustrations, and we handle conflict, but our girls are very sensitive to it in this stage and can react to it at a heightened emotional state, right? So adjusting your approach can send a powerful message to your daughter as well. Tip number 2, open communication. Imagine that. Our podcast is about creating open communication. Communication is key, but it's not just about talking. It's also about listening. How well are we listening? Attitude can happen when our girls don't feel like they're being heard. So they have to say it in a different way or in a way that catches our attention. And attitude catches our attention because we don't like that. We don't like to feel disrespected. So we're listening. So how are we listening when they're talking to us in a regular tone, in regular conversation? We need to create a safe space where your daughter feels heard and understood, right? And we encourage open conversations without judgment. So there is no reason to feel shame or blame. Attitude comes out of feeling shame, feeling blamed, and feeling guilty about something. And sometimes a shift in attitude stems from unexpressed feelings or concerns, right? So if we're not here willing to listen to what she has to say, then it'll come out a different way. And it's usually through attitude. To me, an indicator of when one of my kids starts to have attitude is because there's something going on, and it's usually not what it is. There's something behind the attitude, and it's happened long before this attitude surfaces up, right? So be the person that she can confide in, right? Fostering trust and connection, and that is creating a safe space for her with open communication, right? So that's going to take a while, and that's what I teach in Talk to Your Teen Girl framework. It's all about establishing this space where she can have an area where she can confide in you and trust and connect with you, okay? Tip number 3. Lead by example. Lead by example. So our kids can absorb, the energy around us. And now this is not about frequency, but it's just the energy, the feeling, the atmosphere, right? What's going on? You can feel when you get into a car, right? It's either a happy energy in there, or you could tell that people have just into an argument, just by the vibe that you're feeling when you enter a room or into a car, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So we want to showcase the positive attitude you wish to see in your daughter, right? If you approach challenges with resilience and optimism, she's more likely to follow suit. So if we can encourage our girls to look at it in a different perspective, like, oh, you're capable of doing this because I've seen you do this before. Oh, it's okay. We can try it again next time. She'll likely adopt that type of thinking and have a positive attitude versus negative. So we want to demonstrate problem-solving skills and emphasize the importance of a growth mindset, not a limited mindset, right? A limited mindset is saying, I can't, I'm too scared, I'm comfortable with where I'm at. Oh, it's okay, I rather not ask for what I want or have a conflict with somebody. That's a limited mindset. A growth mindset is anything is possible. It doesn't hurt to ask. The worst they can say is no, right? Growing beyond what you're comfortable is a growth mindset. So we want to encourage our girls to do that through problem-solving skills, right? Remember, actions speak louder than words. So we want to make sure that we're doing and demonstrating that in our own lives in front of our girls. Tip number 4, collaborative solutions. Collaborative solutions. Now, what does that have to do with attitude, right? Well, rather than imposing fixes, involve your daughter in the process, right? So I talked about this in a few episodes. Try not to save your daughter, right? Don't save your daughter because you're telling her that she is not capable of doing it when you try to save your daughter. Instead, involve her in the process of giving ideas to fix a problem. Maybe it's a problem or an issue that you may have that she's capable of giving some suggestions. It could be even travel plans. Hey, I'm challenged by whether or not we should do this or this. What do you think? Or I'm having this issue with even maybe your little brother. I'm trying to get him to eat these foods. What do you think has worked? Discuss together how both of you can work on fostering a healthier attitude. Brainstorm ideas, set achievable goals, and celebrate small victories. What does this have to do with attitude? It has everything to do with filling the void that comes from attitude, filling the void of incapability to capability, filling this gap of incompetence to competence, right? You're building her confidence within herself because she's capable. By making her an active participant in this journey, you empower her to take ownership of her attitude. By making her an active participant in this journey, you empower her to take ownership of her attitude. So, mama, these are the 4 tips I am giving you. Some things that you can control yourself. You can't control whether she chooses to give you attitude, but you definitely can control your actions, what you model, and what you create and guide her towards so that her attitude is adjusted through that, right? We can't just say, hey, you have an attitude problem and you need to fix it. That's not going to help her and it's not going to help you. It's only going to cause frustration. So here are my tips. Self-reflection, open communication, lead by example, and collaborative solutions. Fixing your daughter's attitude is not about control, but collaboration. I'll say that again. It's not about control. You cannot control what you cannot choose. You cannot control your daughter's choice to have an attitude, but you can collaborate, right? Start with yourself, cultivate open communications. I want you to lead by example and embark on a journey of joint problem solving. Involve her in helping you solve some problems. Parenting is a dance. It's a fluid dance. And sometimes the best steps are taken when you're in sync with your girl. So I hope this has helped you out, mama. What is it that you're going to take on? Maybe it's self-reflection and seeing, maybe I do rub off some attitude that I unintentionally show my daughter that she is taking on and now it bugs me, right? Maybe there's some things that you can be more attentive to and intentional with. Whatever it may be, mama, have the next step. It's not about fixing your girl's attitude, but how you can collaborate with her so that she can be in charge of her own choices to have either a negative attitude or a positive one. I'd love to know more about your thoughts on this topic. If you're not a part of our free mom community, please come and join. You can join us at raisingherconfidently.com. And if you are, I would love to hear your thoughts on this episode. What are your thoughts about not fixing your daughter's attitude, but collaborating? Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you or encouraged you or helped you in any way, I'd love for you to share it. You can screenshot this episode and share it in your stories on social media or text it to a friend who can use the support. It's the best way you can thank me. I want to let other mamas know they are not alone. I'd love to stay connected with you. You can find me at raisingherconfidently.com. Until next time, live full of grace, Jeannie.